life in prison. And cases like this can depend on the testimony of the child accuser.
In general, the child will be able to recall and recollect with some detail the incident, and that is persuasive to a jury, even if it is the only testimony that is available.
Jackson gave a wave when he was released after booking. He's scheduled for arraignment in January.
Michael's been a long-time resident of Trump Tower, and last night the Donald strongly reiterated his defense of Jackson with Larry King by going after the accuser's mother.
She's had plenty of experience at going after people, and she goes after them viciously and violently, and I saw a story and I read another story about some of the things she's done, and I don't believe it.
But you know what it's like when an indictment comes down.
It's tough.
It's presumption.
It's tough. It's tough to win, but I have a feeling he's going to win, Larry. The interesting thing is I've known Michael from many different standpoints, and Michael would spend a lot of time with my kids. I have beautiful kids, and at the time, like at Mar-a-Lago, and even in Trump Tower, the kids were very young. Michael would come, play with the kids. He just loved children. He was not a child molester, and I am certain of that. He loved children. He'd play with my son Eric and my son Donald, and he'd just play with them forever. He loved children, but he was not a child molester. And, you know, that whole final saga of Neverland and the police and what they did was, I think, a very, very bad part.
Hello, everyone. This is Lions Dan with another news and commentary. Tariq Nasheed just posted on his X account of an old clip, and this is really interesting, and it's going to put it in some perspective of what's really going on. So, you know, when Kamala Harris was working with the prosecutor's office, she was part of the team that tried to take down Michael Jackson in his molestation charges, right? And you notice that Donald Trump supported Michael Jackson, and he even supported Michael Jackson, saying that he never molests any kids. Because guess what? He was playing with his kids. He never molested no children. He loves kids. So, you know, with the Janet Jackson situation, this is why I said this is a war against the Jacksons now. The Democratic shields are going to a cultural war against the Jacksons, because now you got basically. You notice that when I did the article earlier, not one time Janet Jackson said anything about Kamala Harris. Matter of fact, she's not even thinking about politics right now. She don't even want to deal with politics. But the Indian reporter, yes, the Indian reporter from The Guardian, a female Indian reporter, pushed her to try to talk about the Kamala Harris situation. That's what's going on. And now you see, even though she tried to prosecute Janet's brother Michael at that time, she didn't say anything disrespectful to Kamala at all. She didn't even say her name, right? And so now, and you got Donald Trump, who supported Michael, and I believe he basically gonna support the Jacksons as well, because Michael Jackson's treated, you know, the Trump kids, and Michael Jackson used to live in Trump Towers, so all this comes for fruition. It's like history is repeating itself, and Janet Jackson don't want to deal with politics, and everything. The interview, and remember, she was under the weather. She was sick. Talk about Janet. You know, she was talking about her career, and instead, the Indian woman reporter was the one that tried to push the Kamala Harris issue, not Janet. All Janet was saying was she heard that Kamala's father was white, or, you know, but at the same time, like, put it like this: Kamala's father, even though he's Jamaican, and you have all the different color people living in Jamaica, right? But the thing is, he was Irish, Indian, Jamaican, Irish. Where does Irish come from? Ireland, right? And who have Indian Jamaican? But the thing of it is that
no Jamaican at all.
So he's really Indian. He's basically, and he don't consider himself black. I'm talking about the father. If he were Irish, he considered himself Irish, you know, Indian, which means Guess who Irish people are? Caucasian, white. So the conclusion is, and when I saw that clip, it makes a whole lot of sense. And you have all these support, all these Democratic shields, all these pundits, even you have Steve Harvey, you have Ricky Smiley, you have D.L. Hughley, you have Charlamagne the God. All of them are condemning Janet Jackson because of the disrespect of Kamala Harris, which she never even talked about her. She was saying what she was hearing. She don't even want to talk about politics at all. All she want to talk about is her career as a singer and entertainer. That's it. But this is why I say this is important to see that this story, that what Janet Jackson said and everything else, you try to cancel culture her, you try to make her as a backlash, try to criticize her and the family, and the Jackson family. Even though the same Kamala Harris y'all supported almost try to get Michael Jackson convicted of child molestation. The same person. But okay. Let me know what you think about it in the comments.